Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Alright, okay, so what do we have today? Today I have this infrared filter, the IR filter. I bought this from the China marketplace Taobao.com. The brand is Green L, 克林尔 in Chinese. Their website is greenlfilter.com. If you are interested, you can check out their website. This is IR 720, that means it's of the 720 nanometer wavelength, and the diameter that I got is 67 mm. So this will fit directly into my large format Fujifilm 210 mm lens. So I have bought a few step down ring that will allow this filter to be fitted on my other lenses for my 35 mm, right? So I have a 67 to 62 mm step down ring, and also I think this is the 67 to 52 mm step down ring, right? So let's take a look at the filter itself, right? Come back in a nice paper box, and this is the filter. I would say in terms of the quality of the packaging, it's really nicely done. Alright, and let's open up and take a look. Right. Okay, nice punch here. So I would say that their packaging is not sloppy. So if I put the filter on my digital camera lens, you see that you cannot see anything, right? There's nothing wrong with this video. It's just that I put the IR lens on my digital camera lens, right? So because this filter, I believe, will cut about 5 to 6 stops of light, right? So that we have to take into account when we do our infrared shooting, right? So just a quick unboxing. So what I have here is my Nikon F2 with the 50mm f2 lens. Right, the filter thread size of this lens is 52 mm. So what I'm going to do is to attach the step down ring onto the lens itself, right, and then we can fit the infrared filter onto the step down ring, right? So this will work, right? Okay, so regarding the film, I'm going to try the infrared filter by shooting this Rollei Superpan 200. This is supposed to have some infrared capability. This is a roll of the 100 feet Rollei Superpan 200. I bought it a while back, and I have hand rolled it into this film canister. So I did not roll 36 exposure. This is probably about 20 plus, just to have a quick test. Taking care of the IR filter, we probably need to step it down by 5 to 6 stops. So that's around ISO 6, right? So when we have good light, I will bring you along for the shoot, okay? So that's all about the film, the filter, and the camera. Let's go through the step on capturing an IR photo on a 35mm lens. Here you can see that I did not attach the IR filter yet. The reason is that if I do that, then I probably can't see anything at all through the viewfinder, right? Because the IR cut off about 5 stops of light, so it will be very dim and dark if I look through the viewfinder. So what we usually do is to compose without the IR filter first. And the other thing to take note of, so I'm not sure you can see, but there is a dot here that indicate the IR focus shift that you have to perform. In other words, if I were to focus without the IR filter, and this is the point of filter, and I achieve the focus here, after I fit on the IR filter, I need to move that point to where the dot is, right? So there's a bit of shift in the focus, and this is because the IR light focus differently, right? So after that, before you shoot, remember to put on the IR filter, right, and take your exposure. Alright, so in terms of metering, the IR filter cut off 5 stops of light. So instead of metering at the usual 200 for the Rollei Superpan film, I set my meter to 6. And why I use an external light meter is because sometimes the light level could become so low that the Nikon F2 may not give a proper light meter reading. So I set it to ISO 6 and then take a meter reading through this external light meter. So for example, if you give me a light level reading of 13, then I will just use the aperture and shutter speed combination from this scale itself. Earlier I was shooting at f16, which gives me a meter reading of 1 second, right? So if I set to f16, it will be 1 second exposure, and I do a bracketing, that means half a second, 1 second, and then 2 seconds. But the 2 seconds I have to take into account of the reciprocal failure, so that will be 4 seconds. So now I use a bigger aperture, f8, so that we don't have to do any reciprocal failure compensation. So the shutter speed is about 1/4, right? And now we can do a 1/8.5 second. Okay, let's take a look at the result. This is the Rollei Superpan 200. I processed them as black and white slides using my black and white reversal chemical that I mix up myself. Right, so you can see these are the 3 frames. Right, I'm not really concerned about the composition. As I mentioned earlier, this is a test roll. I just want to look for green leaves, green trees, and then shoot them. Right, so in terms of metering, this is shot per meter using my external light meter. For the second frame, I add 1 stop to it, and then finally for the third frame, I minus 1 stop from what was meter. Right, so this is the result. I would think that the per meter looks alright. The +1 stop looks quite interesting, but it seems to be slightly overexposed. I like how the greens turned out to be white, but it seems to be a bit too bright for my taste. So I'm thinking probably around half a stop more would be just nice, right? And the -1 stop has more details at the shadow part, but otherwise I don't think it looked that exciting. Okay, alright, so here are another 3 frames. I show you this scene in the video in color. Again, this is per meter, +1, -1. So you can see that the per meter looks quite alright with all the white, with all the green leaves turning to be white. And the one +1, the leaves look nice, but a bit overexposed. So it confirmed what I said earlier. Probably plus half a stop will be good enough, right? Okay. Right, so these are the 2 frames that I really like. So I have already cut them out and mounted them onto slide mount, and I have also projected them on using my 35mm projector, and they look really sharp, right? So here you can see all the leaves that are in the sunlight, they have turned white, similar for here, right? And this is shot per meter, and this is +1 stop, right? So I think probably ISO 3, right, to ISO 2 is probably about right? So Right, so I'm quite happy with how the filters perform. I will definitely be shooting more infrared photos. I will try on my Yashica TLR using 120 film. So do watch out for my next video. Right, thank you, and I see you at my next one. Bye! Hi guys, we have come to the end of this video. Please like it, share it, and finally do subscribe to my channel, and I see you at my next video. Take care. Bye!